synchrophaser-based wide area monitoring systems, load flow analysis, and technical issues in electricity markets. He also worked as an assistant professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering, Mangalyatan University, Aligarh, from 2012 to 2014. He has authored 8 national and international publications in his research career, including the papers published in the reputed journals and conferences like IEEE, IET, and elsewhere. He has also participated actively in various IEEE activities and has given his services by holding the positions like chair, vice chair, secretary, and volunteer. We welcome you again, sir. Now the stage is all yours. Please, you may begin.
Okay, thank you, Aman, and all the organizing committee, and special thanks to Brajesh as well. So, and first of all, I would like to say sorry to all because of that much of delay. So, anyway, I would not take much time. Instead, I'll try to wind it up in like around maybe 20 or 25 minutes. Uh, is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay. I guess that PPT is also visible to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is not visible at my end. Yeah, sure. So thanks to organizers for organizing such a nice lecture series, which is on the secrets of core engineering. So my today's topic is on research and higher studies, right? So I guess you might have heard a brief bio of mine, right? So
okay. Might be there is some technical is network issue. Maybe he will connect with us within a few seconds. I know in IIT campus, you regularly require the authentication for internet connectivity. So after a few minutes, so maybe he is connected for a long time for the meeting. That's why it is disconnected. So just audience, please wait for a few seconds. I think Ankit, you are facing the same problem. But you are at the right now. You are at the home, I think.
I'm at home, sir. I think while Saurabh is not here and your time is free, if you allow, I can make just few announcements which could be useful for students.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Please, sir.
Yeah.
for us because you are
Yeah.
student representative for our
Yeah.
section.
So, good evening, everyone. I am Ankit, convener of Student and Branch Operation and Coordination Committee. So, I am representing section here, and there are few announcements are about to come. They will come to you in form of emails and WhatsApp. But since here we have the time, I thought I should give advance notice of it. So, like if anyone in the audience is branch chair or affinity group chair, any student chair at their unit, tomorrow we have a session on student chairs. You can join it. Apart from that, uh, we have upcoming volunteer office bearer session on next Sunday. So any all the units have branch chair, they have vice chairs, they have secretaries, webmaster, many positions. So tomorrow we have session for chairs, and then next Sunday we have a session for all other office bearers. So all office bearers are invited to join it. Apart from that, many of the student members have joined in year 2020 and 21. They haven't seen the college yet, so their understanding of college and especially the IEEE is quite virtual only. And they don't. I mean, you guys have been interacting with your seniors on phone and media, this telecommunication platforms, but you don't know detail about IEEE. So for them, we also have a dedicated session of new members. So you are invited for that also. And from 20 to 29, we have back-to-back 4 hands-on workshop. So each workshop would last 2 days. It would be announced by tomorrow, so you are invited for same. Now Saurabh is back. I will request him to take over.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit ji. And now, Saurabh, you can start your.
Sorry again to all.
Not
So
easy.
anyway, as I was sharing with you that even at the starting of my career, I was also wondering which option should I opt. As we know that after doing our at the time of completion of our BTech or undergrad, as an engineer, we have lot many options. Some are just a minute. We have lot many doors to in which we can enter, such as should we go for higher education in management or in engineering side, or should we start entrepreneurship, or should we go for preparing civil services or engineering service exams, or should we prepare for PSUs or GATE, in terms of qualify for PSU, or go for MTech or higher degrees. Likewise, or should we go for private sector jobs or banking? There are a lot many options had been opened just after completing our undergrad, right? So out of these, maybe a lot many things have already been covered in earlier sessions, which was from on third or on fourth. Eventually, I would not be able to join those, but supposing a lot many things have been already covered there. So I'll cover in this session the importance of higher studies, and something about research. Like generally, just after completion of our undergrad, if one is willing to go for higher education, so that means he might be either willing to pursue their career in research field, or might be trying to grab some better opportunities after completion of their MTech or PhD, something like that. So let us assume like since we know that uh, one can go choose these civil services or engineering services as well. But even though let's say out of 10 will they go there, and so maybe one or two or maybe five may maybe qualify for that, right? And also that everything depends actually, which option should be choose will definitely be depend on one's own choice or one's own willingness, right? So some people may will to go for higher education, and that is not only because they are bound to go, or something they are not getting any jobs, so only they are willing to go there. Actually, there are a lot many out of on the scale of 10, if you talk, so at least 6 to 7% are there who are actually willing to go for higher education, or enhance their CV, you can say, in a very a broader way, you can say that. So that depends on all your own choice, right? So but anyway, if let us assume if you are willing or someone is willing to go for higher education, so why would it be important to go for higher educations, like other may think of, who are not at been thinking he or she should go for higher education. So for them, this slide is. So first line is one of my favorite line, which I have learned during my 12th class from one of my faculty member. He told me, actually this line was quoted from one of the Hollywood movie. I forgot that name of that movie, but even though that is very useful line for each and everyone, which is, the more I know how little I know. Like that is, whatever you learn, if again in next day itself you may think, or you may find that actually whatever you have learned yesterday was not enough, right? So that is true in our situation also, in under, or like starting from our schoolings, when we go to next class or move to our colleges, completing our intermediates, and then after entering to undergrads, and then graduations or PhDs, whatever. So at each stage we used to find that each day we are learning something new, which were not all, I'm not talking about each and everything, but at least lot many things we would find yes, these are the things I was not knowing earlier, right? So with that, these higher degrees or higher educations educations is the most you can say that most powerful weapon for anyone, or to change this world, right? because that these higher educations or like higher degrees will not only provide you only degree, but also it provide that in-depth knowledge of the related subject, not only your related subject but as well as the other fields as well, which are correlated with the targeted field. So, and also it will improve your career opportunities, as I have quoted earlier. It will widen your career options. Also, it will improve your lifestyle. It will give better job opportunities with good job satisfaction, and also it will enable you to attain knowledge and improve yourself confidence as well. And also, apart from these all these things, like providing a better career opportunity or higher pay scale, or this higher education will teach you anyways to how to tackle with new problems, with whatever will be maybe I should say ki, may come into your life, or how to interact with any unknown person, right? So these are the things you will learn when once you'll go for higher studies. Or also it will provide a great that promotion opportunities as well. I can give an example, like, or I can share some examples with you, like here in IIT Kanpur, or in other IITs as well. Like lot many people from armed forces are coming just to like have these MTech degrees, or higher that to grab these PhDs or whatever. So that will help to better their CVs, right? And that will also added uh, as a point for their promotion purpose, right? So when you once opted for to go for higher degree, so mostly you are interested for research, so only you are opting that, right? So assuming that, like first question will comes which comes into your mind is okay, if is it like we are going for higher degree, so we should go for research. So first thing first comes into your mind is like, what is research, right? So, in a verb, like and as a literal meaning, you can split that research is in research. That is to do something again, or to search means that like to investigate or to look for something. So that something is maybe something new, or some new problem, or already some existing problem. The solution for that you might be interested in finding, or you may one may willing to like find some refined solution, or some better solution for already existing problems, right? So that is the meaning of doing research. But that is the basic meaning of doing research. So there are a lot many definitions available in literature, in over internet, or like in literature you can find a lot many definitions for research, particularly for research word only. So as I have quoted some of them here, like as one of them are like that Wikipedia is stating that research is nothing but deriving from that some to find some solutions for existing or new problems, right? So, or some has stated like any creative schematic activity undertaken in order to increase the stock of knowledge, including knowledge of human being, you can say, or culture or society, and the use of this knowledge to devise new applications. All these actually definitions are stating the same things, but in a different way. So broadly, if you have to define research, so in that for that purpose, you can say that the systematic studies research is nothing but a systematic studies, inquiry, or examinations, especially investigation or experimentation aimed at the discovery and interpretation of facts, or revision of accepted theories, or the laws in light of the new facts, or practical applications. Or these are the this would be the main research definition, which covers each and everything. So but the main thing, what like one may think, okay, these are the research, this is the research definition, but what would not be covered in research under research head, right? So that is something like the learning. Learning, some people may think ki learning is also a research, but it's not true. Or searching something on online is not a research actually. So why? Because learning or searching something will improve only your knowledge, not will it will create something out of some new aspects out of that, right? Which will with the aim to discover something new to solve some problem, right? So also in the same way, the classroom teaching is not a research. Why? Because in classroom we used to learn or mug up the things. What are those things are actually already developed or have been derived or have been researched by someone already, right? So am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're completely audible.
Okay. So next thing is like then why to do research, right? So I told you okay, what is research and what is not actually coming under research. The next question comes is ki, why to do research and how to do research then, right? So for that purpose ki, why to do research is if and only if you are interested or someone is interested to find the solutions for some new or existing problems, or if one is willing to improve the solution of the existing problem. So for them, for those people, it is very much useful to do research, right? Or also the in terms of necessity of doing research is it will provide a tool for building knowledge, as I have told you earlier. It will definitely mean to understand issues and increase public awareness. Once after will come up with some new solutions. So obviously it will mostly I would say it would be better for the society. And also it will help us to succeed in different fields such as business or finance, or someone may come up with better technology which may help someone in developing some economical solutions for some problem. Or also it will definitely if will coming with better technological solutions or better economical solutions. So definitely it will better the lifestyle of each and every person's. Also it allows you to disprove lies and it will support the truths. Like there are some myths available, generally we have a lot many myths with us. So the research may help to identify which of the myths are actually not the myths, or what is the actual truth behind those things. Similarly, it promotes a love of and confidence in reading, writing, analyzing the things, and sharing those information with your colleagues or other people. Also, it will nourish and exercise your mind. Definitely, if you are doing some research, you have to involve with full enthusiasm and with full capacity of your mind as well. So definitely, it will nourish your mind and will help some improvement of your mind as well. So, or your thought process will be improved definitely by doing research. Then it comes to benefits of doing research, right? So already some of them I have quoted earlier, but anyway, again here I have pointed some of them, like to become competitive and enhance your career. You should or you would be involved in doing research. Why? Because if you are involved in that, so many of the companies are there who are willing to grab those people who are experts in some of particular areas, right? Or like, so for example, some companies may willing to hire some person who are expert in AI technologies, like, or machine learning technologies, right? Or some may have willing to hire some person who are very much known to data analytics field, right? So there are a lot many examples there. So some of them are these only. Similarly, if it will help you to learn new methodologies to how to solve those real world problem actually. or how to implement your already grabbed knowledge, and how to come up with new solutions to solve either the existing problem, which would be a new one, or it would be the existing one. For example, like these days we are facing this COVID situation, right? So many of the researchers from are trying to but trying to come up with like some vaccine which we have today with us. So like assuming that that vaccine would be effective with for all the variants of this COVID, but let's see. But anyway, this is the research actually. So ability to, it will also help you to learn it will provide you to ability to work in team as well, to do some research, if you are you have some problem, right? So for to solve that, it's not necessarily ki you are the only whole sole person who would be responsible or would be only able to get that solution. Maybe it may possible that you may need some persons from other areas also, right? So let for example, if you are willing to let's say it is not a research topic, but let for example, if one is willing to construct a substation, right? So for that purpose we need some electricians or some people from mechanical as well as civil, like lot many people we want. Similarly, similar is true for the case of research also. Some research or rather lot many research required help from different areas, right? So also it will integrate definitely if you are interacting with lot many people from the different areas who are working in different on different topics, which are all no doubt with in correlation with the topic in which you are working. So definitely you will enhance your knowledge, right? That will be a variety from that will comes from the variety of areas, or the people who are whom with you are interacting with, right? Similarly, it will help to improve the prospects to get employed, right? Particularly in the field of R&D. It will also develop leadership skills, also team management skills in you. It will enhance communication ability and the ability to deliver or present your ideas or the things whatever you did for the betterment of the society as well. So it will also provide a platform where one can apply the developed theory for solving the practical problems, right? So these are some of the benefits of doing research. And then comes next question will come okay, we are doing research, but what are the things one should analyze before entering to the research, right? So those are first of all, one should think there is a difference between learning in class versus research focus, right? But because as I have already discussed with you that learning in class is something you are getting input from already developed database, right? Database in the sense ki the books or the information you are getting from the respective faculty members, or on from Google search or from some any other media, right? So that is only to enhance your knowledge in terms of you are getting something out of it, right? But research focus means you are giving something in terms of you are giving or contributing in terms of some solution you are developing for solving the problems one our society is facing, right? So there, that is the difference between basically learning in classroom or research focus. So if you are willing to take those problems, so you are most welcome in the field of research, right? Similarly, you have to understand the necessity of documentation and literature review. If you are going to enter in research, so you must have to document all those things whatever you have learned or you have found with your analysis, or you with some mathematical modeling, or anyhow, if whatever you have found, so you have to have that habit of making that documents, because that will not only help you in future, but also that will be beneficial for the follow researchers as well. Because for them that will be the base for that particular field, right? So also you have to have build a habit of reading literatures relevant to your area in which you are working, or are willing to work in, right? So these two habits you should have in you, or you have to develop those. So similarly, enter a research project to contribute, and not only the motive to learn. If you are going to enter, or if you are going to do some research, so you should have in your mind that you will definitely going to contribute for the society or to the team. It's not like only ki, you are entering with the mindset ki, okay, let it be, let will enter or join some research group, and will learn only, and it's not necessarily will give something out of you. Because in that case, if you are joining some team, so that definitely that team will be relying on some point, or some help. They are willing to get something out of you, right? In the sense like that something out of you means ki some contribution for that project, right? So definitely, if you are not, if you will not contribute something for that project, so whole team will suffer out of that. So with these things, you should enter in the field of this research, right? So after entering that into the research field, you should first, like you should identify the problem in which you are willing to indulge, right? So next thing, like you have to identify the problem important, right? The importance of that problem. Why is that problem is that much important? Like why are you willing to do some research in that area or that field, right? What would be its relevance for the society, or whom would be get affected, or get empowered, or whatever, with the solutions of the research what you will do for solution of that problem, right? And next thing, like you have to ask what has already been done, like that will be come after reviewing the literature which is already exist. And also with that, you may find the scope of for improvement. Like if something had already been done in that area, so you may find the loopholes, or the scope in which you may target, right? Similarly, like what's new in the developed solution, what you are going to propose, or if you have found some solution for the identified problem. So what are the solutions, like what are the new things came out of that solution, or how is it that solution is much more important with respect to already existing solutions, right? So also what would be its impact on the society. So in these terms, you should have a list of comparison of your developed solution with the already developed solutions, right? It is very much important. Why? Because if you are going to present your research solution with in front of someone, so definitely the first after seeing your what you did, first question he'll ask you, okay, so why is that thing, whatever solution you have found is that much important? Why will we give recognition to that, right? So for that purpose, you need to answer all these things. Other things like related to requirement for research is it's not only about basic academic eligibility, right? Rather, it is more. One need to do, like for research, if you are going to you have to keep into your mind that if you are going to have good result, or if you are willing to really want to get some crack some problem to with some very good results. So for that purpose, you need to devote and spend lot many hours. That devotion is will definitely to for betterment of your understanding of the problem. It will help you to learn and create the base knowledge or your skills, like in terms of by reviewing the literature, or by learning the new tools or skills required for that for solving that problem. So similarly, the identification of the basic requirements, what you feel that what are the basic things required to solve that the targeted problem, right? That would be maybe you may need some guidance or help or support from someone or some society, or like it may be your guide itself, or maybe your colleague who are working in different area, or some industry people, like anything you have to find that thing also. Definitely, after identifying the expected problem you want to deal with, you have to analyze and compare the existing solution, as I've already told you. Then you have to try to take ownership or initiative for the problem. It would not be like, okay, someone else will start that, and then I may see, or I may try to do something in that. It would not be like that. Rather, it's better to that you yourself should take ownership or initiative for to solve that any problem, whatever you feel, or someone is requesting you to solve, right? So always try to contribute to the research project. So also always try to collaborate with other researchers as well. So it will help you to build your connectivity or network. uh, that will you may feel the benefit of these in future. So now beyond the research is like, it's not like only to do only research. Why? Because you are interested. Definitely you would want to have something out of it, right? Why? Because everyone in this world willing to do something only if to be frank, if he or like only few are there who are not thinking like that. But like lot many people are there ki, okay, if I do something, so what will be benefits I would get, right? So there are obviously there are exceptions of this also. There are lot many people who are not willing to get their benefit, but rather they are very much willing to benefit the society first, and then the other persons, and then they come into the last position, right? So with that, like to have success, after doing research, you will be successful in your career. You will may find the good job opportunities as well. Like the job options that require only the, like if let's say there is a job have been offered to you which requires only the application whatever you have learned in your academics. So that means just have that in your mind, that with that kind of job in future you will not be having great opportunity in terms of your growth, career growth, right? Rather it will be limiting the opportunity for your career growth. That kind of job options, definitely if you are going for like with research kind of opportunities, so definitely in that case you will be getting more opportunities in terms of growth, or more options you will get in future as well. Or you may get more collaborations with other, or like uh, what you can say, that topmost industries as well. So also generally usually it happens that industries prefer to hire someone who can solve the real world problem, not to those who who try to mug up the things and then only to apply that thing for the sake of application, right? Because like industries are hiring those kind of people also because they need layman's also to at that lower side. But in that case, as I have mentioned, that in that terms, like career growth will be limited, right? So with that, always try to build a team of researchers, so that will help you in future to pursue other like research in other areas as well, or to improve your CV or career also. So also for that, to build that research group, you should keep in mind that the persons who are with whom you are getting in touch would be willing to work together for a long time also. So these are the things related to research. If you really want to do like some, like for example, these days people are talking about smart grids or microgrids, which are related to power system particularly I'm talking about. So or like in terms of you talk about for example, let's say I have talked about much about the research. So one example here I can show you that supposing that lot many people in participants are from electrical background. or at least who had completed their third year or are in final year, right? So those people may aware of lot many like terms and terms mentioned in this slide. So you may think like at the initial stage, uh, no one knows ki what would be the automatic voltage control, or what would be the state estimation, or what would be the forecasting, how to one may forecast the load profile, or the required generation profile. So all these things were unknown to everyone, right? So all these things came into picture, or came became a reality for industry, like just after doing research, lot many research. It requires like solving lot many difficult problems. Then only people have came up with this kind of like EMS solution that people like industry is using. Past some industries applying really applying this EMS functions in nowadays, right? So these are some other examples of outcomes of, you can say that, these research only. Like this is one of uh, the hardware example. You can see that these are ITS or Typhoon or Opal IT we have in our lab here in IT Kanpur, right? Or there are some other hardwares as well, which are shown here, like some small boxes you can see here. All these are relays, which are or amplifiers, which are relays are nothing but, these relays are nothing but relays, you most probably know about it. But these relays are act as a PMU, that is phasor measurement units, which we nowadays we are installing in those are very much helpful in like phasor measurements from the field, right? So all these are outcomes of research only. So these are amplifiers and set of relays I have shown here. So I'll skipping this part. Okay, so with that, there are a lot many examples here I can share with you, but with this I would like to stop here. So other than this, I would like to share that although in prior lectures you might be getting those informations ki how to go for, like how to go for higher studies, or uh, how one can get admission in IITs or NITs, if he or she is willing to go for higher educations, or there are opportunities available for direct PhD admissions as well. So supposing those informations you might be you might have already from the previous that presenters. So with that, I would like to stop here. If you like, if anyone is having any questions, so you are most welcome.
Participants can also type their question in the chat box. It is open for all. Till then, sir, we have some questions that are that were asked us during the registration. Sir, there is someone that who is asking that what are the scholarship schemes related to higher studies in India, and how
See,
to apply for them.
yes, see, there are we might be heard about SCRP or DST. So actually, there are lot many scholarships available for higher studies. Even like as you know that like lot many people are here who are related to IEEE. So even IEEE supports maybe Ankit or Vijay sir may give broader like broader links or something, some better aspects of that. But in short, I would say ki, yes, there are lot many schemes available from government of India, as well as from foreign scholarships are also available. There are some Marie Curie fellowship available. Like there are lot many. There is a lot huge list available. I forgot actually. I was not able to have some like much time. I was willing to prepare that slide also, but anyway, I was not able to do that. But yes, there are lot many.
Sir,
Hello.
can you please bring your microphone towards your mouth because it's not audible clearly.
To me or to Ankit?
Yes, sir, to you.
Acha, okay, sorry. So
No
I was
issues.
saying, कि there are lot many scholarships available in India as well as in foreign also, through which you can apply for a scholarship and then grab that opportunity for higher studies. Like some you may find that SCRB or DST websites from Government of India.
Okay, sir. Sir, moving to the next question, it is that what are the job opportunities related to R&D areas? Like what a student should in a UG should have a profile for applying as a R&D engineer in any of the technical companies?
See, nowadays, to enter into R&D, just after your BTech, you should have some certifications. Like as I have already shared with you that there are industries who are really willing to hire someone who are very much like these days. That is very much booming area actually. One is that machine learning and one is that data analytics part. So and also applications of those in electrical field as well. So people like industries is very much willing to hire those people. So for that purpose, like because certification of these courses are not available just after your BTech, right? So for that, if you are willing to enter in that field, so you have to have that certification with you, right?
Sir, the next question is that what one should keep in mind before selecting a stream in higher education or in research field. Like in electrical, there are numerous of subjects and numerous of
Right.
streams. Inside streams, there are sub streams and really complicated network. So,
Right.
what should be the strategy regarding this?
See, first of all, that will definitely depend on one's choice, right? Because each individual have their own interest, right? Like, I'll share my experience. Like when I was joining BHU, so at that time even I was not having any that kind of idea ki which stream should be opted, right? So at that point of time, I was since I was just very much interested in field of control systems or power systems, so other than power electronics, I was not that much interested in power electronics field. Like I was willing, but these two are like you can say that one is very loving with something, right? So I was loving to do something in field of power systems or control systems. So with those two options, I went there. But definitely, if you are very much career oriented from the beginning itself, so first thing, just make sure that in which area, like in terms of subject I'm talking, in terms of like for example control system or power systems or power phonics, which area is like you are feeling that for time being you are comfortable. Although it would not be correct strategy to select something, but still just find some subjects. After that, you just see the uh, in terms of your future aspects, if I have to say. So just see ki what are the you have to do some research for that purpose. What are the current areas, booming areas, or what are the real problem people are facing or industry are facing nowadays. That would come just interacting with your faculty members or with some of your seniors or to known persons of you. Uh, just discuss with those people what are the areas actually people are really finding difficulty, so like in terms of solutions. So that is one like another option. Just if you are the person like, but for that purpose you have to have the person of kind key. You are ready to like deal with any kind of problem. Like in that case, you should be the person. Like it should not be like let's say for example, if like right now, if I'll ask you, okay, uh, 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 any one of you like, okay, I'll be giving you a problem related to power electronics, for example, or any like let's say for communication, okay. So you not be person like after listening only you get feel okay now okay, that is not of my interest field, so how could I do, or these kind of stuff should not be in your mind. If you are ready to grab any opportunity of you are ready to deal with any kind of problem, so then follow that thing. Otherwise, just think once, okay, what would be the area in which you are actually comfortable in, or have some idea or have some discussion with your friends or with your faculty members mostly, or with your seniors. So that will help you out.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is one of our friend Abhishek. Sir, he is asking that where to apply for higher studies in India or abroad. Studying in abroad is expensive, but trying good college in difficult is difficult. India
Yeah.
also has a limited suite of specific subjects. Sir, he straightforwardly wanted to ask that whether having higher studies in India is more profitable or out or abroad.
See, that is one of the debatable question actually. Uh, like one cannot answer it directly by saying ki whether it's good to do research in India or it's better to do research in foreign, right? It's like research is something. It all depends. It's not only dependent on one single thing, right? Or single point or area, right? Research is something which is dependent on lot many things. Like for example, if you are going for research in terms of your thinking, ki, okay, I'll grab if I'll grab some opportunity in foreign, then only it will be very good opportunity for you or someone, right? So there are lot many groups in India itself who are recognized far better than the foreign groups for that particular field. So it's not something like India is not the country in which you should not do research, or foreign is the only one of the foreign countries is the only thing you should opt with, right? So first of thing you should identify key in which area you want to work in. Next, identify some problem. Next, in that area, actually, if you are willing to very much willing to uh, work in the top level of people, right? In that sense I'm talking, otherwise it's not actually valid. But next thing you have to think of, okay, in that particular area or topic, this purpose, whether it is from India or foreign, which is the best possible group you can get connected with, or you make contact with, right? So in that way you can proceed. It's not like it's wrong to say to work in to do research in India is giving you a not better opportunity. The only thing, first thing you should do research if you are doing research. So that research should be of good quality. I would not say the best quality, but at least it should be of good quality. Next, if you are doing good, so what matters is the recommendation from your that faculty, that is your supervisor. So that recommendation is very much helpful, right? So that will come only if you are doing good research. Otherwise, even a top level of person will not be a good recommendation, right?
Okay, sir. So Abhishek, your answer might be answered here, and we also see that India is the more having more students coming from abroad to study, and so I would prefer that India for your higher studies. Sir, moving forward, sir, we wanted to know that what was your mindset in opting this field? So were you prepared, pre-planned from your undergraduate that you have to crack examination and go for higher studies, or it was there was a turning point in your life that made you reach here?
Okay, so to be frank, I'll be frank with you all guys. See, as I have already shared that just after completing my BTech, even I got confused whether I should go for higher studies. Like, one thing I was be sure I should go for higher studies. That was clear. But in which area, whether in medical area or in engineering field, that was not clear at that point of time. Because even I can share with you, like I have given the CAT exam and I have cracked also with decent percentile. And also I have at the same time I have cracked GATE also. Like after that I have given 5 times GATE, and all times I was clearing GATE with percentile. But anyway, so just after BTech I was not sure at that point of time. The only thing what in my mind was I should go for higher studies, because I was very much willing to do some research. Right. So that was the only thing clear in my mind. But in which area or which topic, that was not clear. Once after I have cracked that GATE exam, so and I have got the opportunity to join BHU. Even before that, at that point of time, like just to share, I wanted to share with you. It's never think only go in core areas, right? Because at that point of time, that was in my mind. I was very much willing or keenly willing to do research in the core area only. That is, you can say that machine and drives or power systems or power electronics or control systems. Nowadays, there are a lot many interdisciplinary branches which are actually working very good in the field of electrical engineering, right? Or particularly in the field of power systems itself, right? So never think कि, after cracking like after getting good score in grade, so only apply for core branches in IITs. I would suggest you to apply like if in case your rank is not that much good, so apply in interdisciplinary branches in good like higher rank of like higher rank IITs, right? If you are like willing to work in India, in that case.
So there, here we come to an end for our question answer session.
Ashok,
If
I have one question for sir.
yes, yes, yes.
Sir, generally we see a GATE is a compulsion for higher studies for getting admission in India. Basically, we see.
Right,
But
right.
without GATE, is there any possibility to get admission in India as well as abroad with
Uh,
our work?
See, just after BTech, there is one opportunity available, but that is for like IT guys or IT guys
Yeah.
who had like good CGPA above 8. So those people need not to crack GATE. But just after BTech, if you say so, and you are, if someone is not from IT or IT, so in that case, you have to have like if I'm not wrong, once I have to review it, you or even you may review it. Whether that is nowadays applicable for all the engineering guys or not. Like there is some percentage criteria is like there. I'm not sure about it whether directly just after BTech without having any gate or any qualifying exam you may enter or not. Just once check it because at my time like it was not there. Only for that thing was applicable for IT or 90 guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, but
Anyone
maybe nowadays they may have revised that. Maybe they have revised it like anyone who are having let's say 8 or 8.5 CGPA or 85% or 80% above 80%. So they may directly apply for PhD. I don't know. Like just once check.
Okay, sir. So anyone else who wanted to put a question, or else we can end this session of question answer and move forward. No questions?
I guess time is getting.
Yeah. So thank you, sir. And I've now Samarth. I would like to call Samarth, IEEE Student Branch Kite Chair, for vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shashwat, for providing this opportunity to me. And good evening, all. As all good things comes to end in life, so this expert lecture. On behalf of IEEE Student Branch Kite, I, Samarth Shukla, Chairperson, take this opportunity to propose vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this wonderful learning webinar series, Secret of Core Engineering, organized by our branch. At the outset, let me call it fraternity of learners here together, and on my own behalf, extend a hearty vote of thanks to respected speaker and host person of today's webinar, Dr. Saurabh Kesharwani, for gracing your important work in field of electrical engineering research and encouraging our students for higher education, as well as briefly elaborating various opportunities in core engineers in higher studies and sharing with us his finding and opinion today. I'm sure it will help aspiring students in choosing right domain in higher studies. Sir, we are really delighted with your presence. The knowledge shared by you will help our students really. In these tough times, only with collective effect we can overcome our hurdles. I firmly believe knowledge shared by our industry person will help our students to choose right career. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our eminent speaker of day 1 and day 2, Dr. Ajit Kumar sir and Dr. Mr. Ashar Ahmed sir for giving their important work and sharing their views with our students. Also, we are thankful to our respected branch counselor, sir, Dr. Brajesh Singh, for their motivation and enthusiastic support throughout this whole session. and support us in doing such activities. A special thanks to the organizing committee for their unflinching support and coordination. Our heartfelt thanks to our participants for their active participation and maintain a decorum. With these warm words and kind message, we move to the end of today's webinar. Thank you.
So now I would like to call our counselor, Mr. Dr. Vijay Singh, sir. He is faculty in Kite Group of Institution and also branch counselor, IEEE Student Branch Kite. Sir, please.
Okay, thank you, Shashwat and Samarth, for inviting me here. Okay, so now means we got means ending time for this entire 3-day activity, and really I'm very satisfied with all the arrangement, and I really thanks means all the guest speakers from day 1 to day 3. Means they have contributed a lot. They have given a lot of informative things for the student, not only in the area of your means power sector information, or the first day the people at means the guest speaker have discussed about the gate examination, role of the PSU and all kind of things, and a very good question answer sessions was conducted during that first day activity. Similarly, in the second day, Mr. Asher is with us, and they have contributed a lot of information related to the new upcoming field, that is EV industry. What are the government missions? What are the government schemes related to electric vehicles? How the student will get the opportunity in the EV field? So he contributed a lot of information with the student, and very good question answer session again in the next second day also. Now today, third day, I really thank to Dr. Saurabh K. Sharwani. He has elaborating all the aspects of related to research and development activity, how a student can choose a research and development activity for their career. So, really, we know that when we have started a research journey from our student life, we don't know what is the end of the research, how we can plan a research. I think Saurabh and Ankit both will agree with us, because we have a long association back.
Sir, at that point of time, sorry to interrupt, sir, but at this point of time, I would like to mention one thing. He actually, I would like to share that actually Dr. Vijay was one of the key motivator for me. Actually, when I was in BHU, so at that time, sir was pursuing his PhD there, at the same way. So he and Dr. Satin, those two are the guys who motivated me to go for higher studies. Otherwise, I would not be choosing that.
Thank you. Really, actually, sort of really means at the time of student life, even I saw during the PhD also, students don't know what will be the future of a PhD scholar at our time. But nowadays, the students are more, means you can say that aware, and there are so many platforms from there they can get the information related to research activity. And research is not only the things you have to just get a degree for a PhD. After the research, you can also contribute for the society. You can contribute for your bank also. Means how? Means you can earn some money through the freelancing, through the research activity, through your expertise. So nowadays there are a lot of opportunity. And one thing I would like to share here: if you want to become an entrepreneur, so at least higher study may helps you. I know the most of the students at the BTech level, they have planned for the entrepreneurship and startup activity. But if you look towards the especially China, Denmark, or the Hong Kong side of country, there is means the people, those who have started the startups, those are basically having a either at least minimum MS or the PhD degree. So it will helps you not only the one thing by the earning the degree, you will get a good position in the in between the intellectuals. You can also contribute your knowledge, your expertise in the audience in a proper way, because
And even
MS or PhD will also helps you how you can communicate with the others. So a lot of things are there, and I think Saurabh given a lot of information during the
one
presentation.
more point, sir, I would like to share here. Again, sorry for interruption.
No,
But But one point, like I would like to share with you, like nowadays, even industry people who are like, if you will go there, like go to them and then just say, ki, okay, I'm a person from this field, or having some, or pursuing MTech degree or pursuing PhD, or have already completed that. So first thing, what they will discuss with you, okay, they will share some problems with you, okay, okay, see, blah and blah, ki, these are the problems we are facing. So can you please just share with us ki how to deal with them? So now your industries are like willing to uh, get some persons or lot many persons from this research area, because they know now nowadays they are getting aware of the, yes, to solve some problem they need to have someone who are actually, as I mentioned in my slides also, who are not only the guy or the person he can apply the knowledge who had he had grabbed during this their education, right? But also their industry is willing to hire someone who is actually can take those real field problem and can come up with some solutions for that. So
Yeah,
in
definitely.
that sense, also it is very much essential to have a higher degrees or go for higher
Yeah,
degrees.
yeah. Saurav, I agreed because I have a number of friends, good friends, who are working with the industry. And as you know, Ashar means yesterday speaker. He is also one of my good friend, and he always insists the student, if you want to get the expertise either in the skill domain set or in the as an entrepreneur, so first do the research. Research means not the PhD. Research means you will earn the information, you can learn the lot of things, and how to execute your knowledge through the documents. Your document may be a research paper, maybe IPRs, maybe some technical articles. So it will be what it will showcase your profile actually in front of the society. Then the people will recognize you. The people are from, especially from the industry, they will recognize you and they will give the offer. Okay, suppose if you have an idea, you want to execute, start some startups, but you require some money. So if you are going to propose your project in front of any investor, so first of all you should know about the each and every know-hows about the that entire field. So that's why sometime I felt this higher studies will helps you. Okay, so I think it's likely to be 8 o'clock, and we are getting means we have spent so many times so much time here. Okay, so thank you once again to everybody, everyone. Okay, sir. Okay.
I would also like to
Okay.
call Ankit sir for some feedback. Sir, please.
Feedback. Very good.
Sir, your bias is
Ankit, it's better ki switch on your video then say हाँ.
Now I'm clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So actually, I would like to congratulate IEEE Kite for organizing event. There are literally very few branches in the section who are doing good, and Kite comes in top branches. I really congratulate you guys for doing this good event. This
Thank-
event as well as the event you have been doing throughout the year. Keep it up.
okay,
Thank you,
thank you, and maybe we will came up with some new means event in line with you, the actual the concept of IEEE. Basically, I'm always insisting the people कि either you will just means you can just enhance your either your professional profile or your technical profile. So IEEE provides both of the things at the same time. If you are representing anything here, or if you are attending anything is here, so you will get a certification, as well as you will get a good audience, good number of people who can ask a good technical questions, so you can enhance your knowledge level also. So thank you again, once again, everybody, every participant. And at the last, I would like to really means it's my heartiest thanks to my all the student volunteers of IEEE student branch Kite group of institution. Means everybody, they have doing a lot of effort for this activity. And thank you once again. And now I am stopping my words
So
here.
participants are
At
requested.
last, I would like to ask everyone to please open their camera so we can have our group share.
That is again important thing. So please, everybody, please.
Everyone who can open your camera, please open it.
I would like to every member of IEEE and everyone.
Every member of IEEE student branch and all the audience, if you are comfortable, please open the camera for a group chat program. And participants, please are requested to fill the feedback form available in the chat box before you leave the meeting.